Hey everybody, it's Andy on the mountain. Well, it's been a while since I showed you the inside of the Lance camper. I bought it over a year ago and the video has over 200,000 views. Mind blown on that. So if you're curious on what the camper looked like before this, go ahead and check in the description and you can check out that video to see what the camper used to look like. But let's go ahead and show you guys the inside of the camper. This is a DIY renovation. Before we go into it, I just want to let you know this camper is never this clean. It's pretty much impossible for us, at least. We're consistently out adventuring, doing stuff, so there's always gear floating around the camper. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Maybe you're interested in doing something like this or living this lifestyle. Just want to let you know it's always chaotic. Our living room, you can see it's completely different than what it used to be. Window curtains are not done. These are just sun reflectors for cars. That's what we use for all of our windows at the moment, but we are just still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do. But anyways, we did lots of painting on all the doors. We painted the walls. We just wanted to brighten it up in here a little bit. And then most importantly, we took out the table that used to be here. That table was horrendous. Seems to work, and I really like not having that table. So the renovation is still incomplete, but we're getting there. Pretty much all of our gear storage up top here. We have everything from like outdoor stuff, camera stuff, water filtration, water bottles. We have so many water bottles for all of the activities we do. Behind here we got outdoor energy foods. Over here we got tools, tarps, bivvies, and then we still have a storage box up on the roof, and then inside of our truck the back seats I ripped out, and that's all storage as well. So most of our storage space is taken up by outdoor gear. That's just what we're into, and that's what we do when we're not working. So let's go into the kitchen. Take one, everybody, take one. All right, so one of my favorite things that we did was rip out the old sink. This is just a super deep sink, real wide. And it somehow worked out that this cutting board from my four-wheel camper still fits in this sink. And then we do have a drying rack that will set right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Swings out of the way when you need a little bit extra counter space when you're prepping food. That's the thing about a camper. There's just not a lot of prep space. So typically we're prepping right here. And then, obviously cooking over here. We have a 3-burner stove with an oven. The oven, in a camper, you have to utilize every little space. So we have storage. And then typically for cooking, we're using a cast iron pretty much for every meal. They are freaking awesome. I removed was the old fan or vent, stove vent, I guess. I don't know what you call it. But when you would turn it on, it just didn't work very well. So we did upgrade our fan up there. It's a max air fan. So we removed this vent and have the max air fan, which pulls air from our camper when we're cooking. And then we'll just open up the back window so we get some fresh ventilation in here. Over on the side here, we just have our magnetic knife holder that holds all of our knives, a Leatherman, and a pair of scissors. I mean, pretty much got that stuff covered. But yeah, then we have 2 lights under here. And then pretty much what we're doing for water in here is we use, we drink water from this, but we put it through our Berkey filter first. It's a charcoal filter. And then we just have fresh water just spilled. But you get the point. The annoying thing is, whenever we're driving somewhere, we have to take this down and put it in here, or else it falls over, water's everywhere. That's happened many times already. Another one of my favorite features is a spice rack over here. Erica mostly built this. It's actually upcycled material that we use from the old cabinets in the camper. And then there's some tree limbs on here that we used from one of our favorite camping spots in Bishop, California. So that was kind of cool to incorporate just upcycled stuff and then just some nature that we found. And speaking of nature, over here on this junk drawer, This is a piece of cedar I actually found at one of the places we were camping at, and I put coconut oil on it and then used that for our handle closet. Okay, since we're in the kitchen, I just want to talk about our water system. So we completely removed most of the plumbing in here. We have our water tank, which sits right here. It's, I think, 32 or 33 gallons. And it used to go to the sink. It used to go to our bathroom, to the back shower, back sink. We actually removed all of the water lines that go to the back of the camper. So we have no running water to the bathroom anymore. We have no running water to the hot water heater. We actually don't even use the hot water heater anymore. We actually still have it, but I need to remove it because that's nice space that we could use for something else for storage. The reason we did that, and it was kind of hard for me to decide on this, but we are really big avid skiers in the winter time, and winter cold temps and water lines in campers do not get along very well. We already had a crack in it, one of our water lines somewhere, when we took the camper out of winterization. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to rip out the entire water system, redo it. And then I was thinking about it more and decided that is not a good idea. Let's just keep it simple. So we literally have water going straight to the sink here, and that's it. It's got its pros and cons and trade-offs. We don't have our outdoor shower anymore, although I would like to connect it maybe next year for summertime. But typically for showers, you know, we're either going to shower at places or we just jump in a river or something like that. So that's kind of where we're at with our water system. I think just having it simple is really nice, but it's not for everyone. You don't have those amenities at like a shower or hot water. But what we have is running water in our sink here. So that's literally all we need. I think, you know, it would be nice to have a shower in here, but I've never even showered in here, so I guess I don't know. All right, guys, so I'm going to take you into the bathroom. The bathroom is completely different than what it used to be, so let me explain. We'll go inside. All right, so it looks like a storage unit in here, and I think that's typical to most campers. So like I said, we do not have shower in here anymore. We don't have a sink, so we have no water running into here. What we're doing here is, oh, and you can see our toilet's different. We'll get into that here in a second. So what we do here is basically whatever we're doing within the next couple days. So we got trail running happening. That's why most of our trail running stuff is out. And then I have my work bag right there. And it just sits here. So we also use it for shoe storage. Our toilet is completely different. This is that's my pee bottle. Still use these. Great. This is a Trailino. And shout out to Trailino for sending us this to test out. This is a compostable toilet. Essentially what it is, it's a separator. It separates urine from poop, because that's what makes things stink, is when the urine sits in the poop, it just stays wet and that stuff happens. So we're still testing it out, and in the future I'm going to definitely be doing a review on this. Simple, we still have working lights in here, we just do not have running water, and we're okay with it. This is our storage. Wintertime, we could put skis in here and all that, so yeah. Oh, and speaking of our toilet here, I ripped out our gray and black water system. That's right, gray and black water system is completely gone. Why is it gone? Well, again, let's go back into the winter thing. When you're in here in the winter time, when you go poop in the toilet, if it was a normal toilet, flush it, goes in the black water tank. In the winter time, that poop freezes in that tank and it's frozen. Nobody likes a frozen turdsicle. What are we doing with our gray water? Well, gray water from the sink here, that goes outside into a bucket, and then we dump that bucket. So what we use, though, we do not use any soaps in our sink. We literally only use water and baking soda. And we make sure that we are not near rivers and stuff like that, but typically water and baking soda, and that's what we're doing. it neutralizes, it cleanses, and it's eco-friendly and good for the environment. So we're all about that, but we're also all about making life simple in a small space. So I think the simpler you have it, the less systems you have, it's just going to be easier. Still really enjoy it, and it's a great storage system. All right, so now let's head into the bedroom here. We removed the old mattress, that's gone, and we have these Hest sleeping mats that we got at REI. They're absolutely amazing. They're kind of multifunctional because we can use them outside and we can use them inside. Essentially, they're just kind of car camping sleeping pads, but they're not air inflated. And they're actually very comfortable. So like I said, window curtains are still not a thing in here. So we've just been using one of our sleeping bags as a window cover at night. And then Banjo sleeps right here on his dog bed. And then Erica and I sleep here. And we have some nice linens, but also a little tip here for sleeping in small spaces is you can use your pillows as storage. We ripped out the inner of the pillow and we just use our jackets in here. So this is, it's like Erica's stuff, just down jacket, a vest, a couple other things in there. It's pretty awesome, multifunctional. You can kind of tell it's not, it could be stuffed more, but a lot of these pillows have our jackets in it, which is really nice. And in a small space, storage is key. So as you can see, we still did the painting back here, and then we installed these night lights here. They also turn red, which is awesome for in the middle of the night when you got to get up. And you can also charge a phone from underneath. It's got a little port. And then we still have one of my favorite things here is a way to get on the roof, which is always awesome. And then we did add some cool decor on the doors here. That's just old canvas bag for coffee beans. We got those at the coffee shop. And one more thing that we did over here is we installed our Renogy charge controller. So we have 200 watts of solar on the roof, and it goes to that charge controller. And yeah, this is pretty much the bedroom. Just a lot of storage. We have hooks, hats, more hooks over there. Simple as that. Make it simple. And you can see over here, we just have some cool Polaroids of Yosemite. Looks like that's Tenaya. Some rock climbing there. And headlamp. And then here is the charge controller. So our next thing we're going to do in here, other than the windows, is I ripped out the old tiny little cabinet we had right here. So Erica has a bunch of stuff right here in these duffel bags. But what I'm planning on doing is actually building a cabinet so she can store more clothes. And then this is kind of like our mess of electronics. And then right here, we are consistently listening to music on our JBL speaker. And then Banjo's got all his toys. So you can see it is never a complete project in here. We still have quite a bit to do. Flooring, windows, what else? Build a cabinet, and then just consistently adding little things to kind of make our lives easier in here. And here I installed a Dometic Penguin 2 AC unit, but unfortunately the AC unit is out of commission right now. I installed this last summer and I went ahead and tried to install a soft start for it, or a smart start they call it, so I could run the AC unit off of a generator. The smart start ended up being the wrong one, and essentially I forgot how to reassemble the AC unit. So the AC unit does not work, but luckily we are in the middle of September and it's pretty much past the hot season now. It's 73 outside right now. A few things we did to the outside here was got the ARB front bumper. So you can see up top we got a roof rack now, and on the other side we have a roof box. my old bike rack here, which is awesome. It can hold 2 bikes and it also swings out. I do have a ladder on the rear here so I can get up to the top. And then I bought just a little collapsible ladder that I can use on the side. So when I'm taking things out of the roof box, still have the same tie down points. I did have one of these rings on the camper explode when I was on a just dirt road. It was super rocky. This is definitely a downside of the camper. It just ripped it off, but I was able to replace it pretty easily. So that was pretty sweet. So another upgrade here was to make my suspension a little bit stiffer. With the camper on the back, this thing was swaying a lot, so I added these. It's made the drive a lot nicer. You can see on the roof here, we got our Dometic AC unit, the new fan, solar panel over there, and then our Yakima roof box, which is the largest one they make. So now that I've removed the gray and black water tanks, we have storage in here, which you can see our bucket, which has our drain system, and then beyond it we have tons of shoes. And I can get rid of this thing here. This was for our old black water tank, which is not needed. But yeah, all in all, the Lance camper has been absolutely amazing. This Lance camper, I think it's super cozy, and I think I bought it for $8,000. I forget now. But yeah, you know, if you want a brand new rig, then that's awesome too. Not saying that's not a good option. You know, it's nice to have everything working. Like, you know, having hot water could be nice, but you know, for us, hot water, well, I guess I'm speaking for Erica. She would probably say hot water is awesome, and so is a shower. Yeah, anyways, this has worked out really well for us so far, and just I still love it, and it's also stressful too at the same time. You're consistently moving things around all the time, and that's just what you have to do. But anyways, I am going to make a cup of coffee here, guys. I will catch you in the next video. If you have any questions, please comment below. Would love to hear from you. I will catch you guys in the next one. Be good to one another. Peace.